So, you put your phone away, you lock yourself in a room, you write down the to-do list wishing you could check all of them off. By the end of the day, when the time comes, you lose focus and you start thinking about 5 different things you want to do today. This is the problem when you want to be focused. Just take accountability for yourself and start making improvements, because you're always blaming the environments, your boss, your manager, your friends and family. You will never find a way to work when distractions come your way. So if you're always blaming the external factors, there's no way you can focus with distractions. It's about you not wanting to do the work while you get distracted. It's not about getting distracted and not being able to focus. So the question is, do you really know the problem? Now, let's dive in. Now, let's talk about the first principle. This is why you need to treat your work like hunting a bear. So there's this study by Gloria Mark. She found that it takes about 23 minutes and 15 seconds to get back to task after an interruption. When you're working on your project, coding, or making content on social media, you know focus is what you need to complete your tasks. But then you have this impulsive behavior. You start checking up your phone. You think once you put down your phone and start working again, you can focus. The truth is, you're not back where you were before you get distracted. It takes almost half an hour to get back to that focus state. This is why you need more than those dopamine hits. You're constantly scrolling on social media, and before you know it, it's almost 4 hours spending your time and you've done nothing. Of course, I experience this every single day whenever I want to make content. I have no problem with procrastination. When I'm working, I'm in a flow state. But then that random thought about the girl at the gym I talked yesterday, and suddenly I open up Instagram, I'm waiting for the DM. This is why it takes a great amount of effort not to just work itself, but having the focus for a long period of time and constantly get back to your focus state whenever you get distracted. So this is what you can do. Every time you have those random thoughts, force yourself to focus on your work even if they come every 5 seconds. It's not easy to have that level of awareness. Before you know it, you become your thoughts. And you know what? Meditation can help you with that. I'm not talking about the shallow meditation these people told you to do. Wake up in the morning and start meditation 5 to 10 minutes. I'm talking about mindfulness meditation. Set up your timer for 5 minutes and sit there in your room and start focusing on your breath. Whenever you get distracted, try to focus on your breath. Just use meditation as a tool to focus. If you follow these morning routines that these YouTubers told you to do, they are useless. And the truth is, 99% of these morning routines are useless. And I believe what you should do instead is just practice this mindfulness meditation every single day to cure that impulsive behaviors. So I realized that whenever I focus on my work, I kinda open my phone several times. You know what? I check out my phone at least 10 times an hour. So there's this research that shows the average person checks their phone 47 times a day, contributing to constant task switching and reduced focus. And I think this research is outdated. I believe most people check up their phone 100 to 200 times a day. So if you don't believe me, whenever you check up your phone, start telling out the numbers in a paper. It sounds exaggerated, but if you want to know the truth, you check up at least 100 times a day. It's not just about working, it's about doing the work while you get distracted and being able to get back to your focus whenever you get distracted. So this is what you can do. Put your phone in the place where you can't see it. Putting your phone in another room doesn't help you focus. You'll be constantly thinking about your phone while you're working on your business. The best thing you can do is to put your phone in your gym bag or below your pillow. Even just glancing at your phone will distract you. You know the terms deep work and shallow work. Deep work is when you focus intensely on a task, getting in the flow state where you don't think about it, you just do it. This is the kind of work that fulfills you and make you progress on a long-term period. Shallow work is when you handle simple tasks that can be done while multitasking. This includes checking your email for your client's schedule, or you go to your social media dashboard checking for the statistics. In the modern day, working is like hunting a bear. It's hard and most people won't do it. Back in the caveman days, you had to strategize. You have to be patient to trap a bear and focus for hours until you caught it. And deep work is the same. You prepare for it, you open up your laptop, you make your coffee, and focus for hours until your tasks are done. This is not just a random task that you do every 2 weeks. This is a routine you do every single day. And one reason why most people don't make progress is that they don't do deep work. So this is what you can do now. Close all your tabs, set a 90-minute timer, make your coffee, and work on your project. That's all you need to do to make progress. Just do the work. You make excuses not to do it because it's hard to do it. It's mental taxing, but if you can push through resistance, you already beat most people who are lazy. Now let's talk about the next principle. Why you need to batch your week into focused work days. You see people online telling you to start a business, working on your projects, or doing side hustles. What they don't tell you is the actual work you need to do. It is boring, and that's why most people won't tell you about it. To make progress in your business, in your side hustle, or in your career, you have to do boring tasks. You open up your laptop, you start strategizing for your next content, you start doing copywriting, and you start recording yourself. It is all boring. So you already know about this boring task. The real question is, how do you actually get them done when you have a limited amount of time to focus? So here's what you can do. Batch your work into specific work days. Monday for writing, Tuesday for filming, Wednesday for editing. This is just an example for content creation. You know what I mean? Batching is all you need to do to get the work done. Because we can only focus for maximum 4 hours every single day. It is impossible for you to get all of these things done. That's why you need to batch your work. If you split those 4 hours into 4 different tasks, you won't get results. Instead, focus on one just task for 4 hours. You will make huge results. Have a structured workday. You don't need to think about what you need to do today or tomorrow. You have a solid plan for your week. Even if you do just 1 hour of focused work, you're still making progress. So here's how you can structure it. Monday, 4 hours of research and scripting content. Tuesday, 4 hours of recording content. Wednesday, 4 hours of editing content. And then you can use the rest of the week to study your content. You don't need to script, record, or edit your video every single day. You need to maximize your time for maximum output. Maybe you use one day for learning new things, or even you use the rest 3 days hopping on a call with your clients or even experts in your niche. And if you do this every single week, you'll make progress. You don't need to keep up with social media, working 12 plus hours every single day. Just have a solid structured work week and you've done the work. While most people brag about their work hours, they work 6, 8, 10 or even 12 hours a day. You do the opposite. Work 4 hours every single day. Now, let's talk about the next principle on why you should focus on the quality rather than the quantity. I remember back in 2023, when I first started making content on YouTube, I thought everyone was laser focused and that's how they want in life. The truth is, there's no such thing as perfect in productivity. Sure, some people actually do the work, but only 1% of them actually commit for a long period of time. I had to find my own way because working more hours just kept me burned out. Whenever I worked more than 4 hours a day, I felt drained. And then I found this. Research indicates that the average worker achieves only about 2 hours and 53 minutes of productive work during an 8-hour workday. This suggests that a significant portion of the workday is consumed by non-productive activities. Even professionals only focus for 3 hours in an 8-hour day. This means you don't need to force yourself to work more than 8 hours. The extra hours won't bring you more results. It's just distraction. So here's what you can do to make the most of your day. Wake up and do deep work for 4 hours first thing in the morning. Split the deep work into 2 to 3 sessions if needed. Use your peak energy to focus on meaningful work. I experience this myself whenever I do deep work first thing in the morning. It's effortless. I don't have this resistance not to do the work. But if I delay it until later in the day, my energy and focus is already drained. Of course, I can still work, but the duration and the effort are different. So keep this in mind. Not every hour is equal. So do you want to prove? Try working on your project first thing in the morning. You won't realize you just spent 3 hours focusing on your work. Try doing the same thing on the middle of the day, 12 p.m. I bet you can focus more than 30 minutes. You know that quality is far more important than quantity. But of course, you still want to maximize your focus time. You are already doing 4 hours of deep work every single day, which is great. Then I found this research by Nick and Z. Flow state boosts productivity by 500%. Think about it. Maybe the people bragging about their work hours on social media, they're not productive. They are not in a flow state. It's been proven. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi found that 90 minutes is the max duration for flow before your focus starts to drop. So instead of grinding nonstop, you can split your 4-hour block into 2 to 3 sessions. When your focus starts to drop, that is a signal to take a break. Take a 5 to 10 minute break, not scrolling on social media, not doing this Pomodoro technique. Just sit there in your room doing nothing. So here's what you can do. Read a book on productivity for 30 minutes before your next deep work session. Walk to a nearby coffee shop, spend an hour journaling, then start another deep work session. No one talks about this because it is boring and people don't want to hear it. But this is exactly what I do every time my focus starts to drop. I still use social media whenever I done the deep work, not between sessions. This trains my brain to do hard things first and easy things later. If you do the opposite, you do easy things first and hard things later, you will never get things done. You will just crave short form content scrolling on social media. Well, you do nothing but procrastinating. Now, let's talk about why you don't need to do monk mode. And this is why I kept making content every single day without stop. You've probably watched thousands of YouTube videos about productivity and how you should do the work. You watch these YouTubers talking about monk mode and how you can do the same. The truth is, they don't tell you it takes years to build greatness. It takes years to build consistent, deeper, and start seeing results. They do monk mode because they are already successful in their business. For them to get to the next level, they need monk mode. I want to be honest with you. I'm not a successful entrepreneur. I'm not making money from this YouTube channel. I believe what I need to do is not just a season of work, but the actual work for years to build greatness. You won't make progress by just doing mode for 3 months. You make progress by working every day for 3 to 5 years. So I found this research by Anders Ericsson on deliberate practice, which emphasized consistent structured practice over time as the key to mastery rather than short-term intensive efforts. You don't make progress by just doing it for a month or even 6 months. You're doing it for years. You practice it every day for years, and before you know it, you win. This is why you see people achieving overnight success. You think these people only been doing this for 6 to 12 months. And the truth is, they've been doing this for at least 3 years or even more. And this is my second year in business. I know I need to improve everything. I expect no results this year. I know the truth about achieving greatness, not just chasing 10 grand per month from dropshipping. I know it takes years to build the character to deserve success, and monk mode only work if you're already successful. It can be a boost for your productivity, but you need to keep in mind that you don't need to lock in for 3 months. You lock in for 3 years or even 5 years, and you actually win the game. Now you know the truth that everyone in this space don't tell you. You've got to put in the work to achieve it because it takes years, even decades, to get better at it. You don't make it by just isolating yourself in a room for 3 months and hooray, you become a millionaire. You make it by doing it every single day without stop. And I learned this from my past businesses. I didn't make money for the first 2 years, but all of the sudden, I make that lump sum money. I quit that business at the perfect time before everything is failing. Now I apply the same principle in my current business. Although I've made huge improvements in my content, I still need to learn every day and work every day. I'm not content with my current life. Carl Newport in his book Deep Work advocates for cultivating deep work habits consistently over years to achieve significant progress rather than relying on short-term intensive focus periods. Even Carl Newport tells you to do deep work for years to see significant progress. I'm not just telling random stuff. I'm telling the truth you don't want to hear. That's why I don't quit making this type of content. Because I believe you need someone to tell you the truth, not just telling you something that is not achievable for everyone. You need to build long-term skills to actually deserve it, not just quit 10 grand per month from dropshipping, e-commerce, whatever it is. This is why I promote focus and productivity to build your long-term skills. I believe the core foundation to achieve anything in your life is focus and productivity. Since I focus on these principles, I know the truth that quality matters more than quantity. I still experience distractions, but I know I can't complain. I just have to do the work while getting distracted. I've seen progress in my content quality, and I see myself improving in knowledge and skills. After watching this video, you will know the truth, and focused work is no longer a problem for you. You start doing the work, and years from now, you become the best at it. I know it takes time to make it happen, but you need to focus on your daily actions. Make it your priority in your life. You will reach the destination if you develop the skills to overcome challenges in your journey. It doesn't matter if you follow everything I said in this video, but you don't take the real action. You're basically wasting your time because action is what truly matters. Maybe that is the reason why you don't make progress. Just focus on your work every day and keep improving your skills. So next time you sit down to do the work, don't procrastinate, just do it. So if you want to take this to the next level, consider working one-on-one with me. This is how my 2 clients in the past managed to change their life forever through my 7 framers on focus and productivity in just 30 days. So click the first link in the description below. Don't forget to grab my free book, link in the description below, and enjoy the rest of your day.